Welcome, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a journey that pretty much every single IT professional takes. And it all starts with us getting a few things straight. First up, a lab Citrix environment, that is not real Citrix. And you know that perfect, shiny demo setup that's designed to show off every feature flawlessly? Yeah, that's not real Citrix either. And even that YouTube tutorial, the one you follow along with, clicking every button exactly as they do, well, that's a simulation. It's not the real thing. What we're really going to dig into today is something that every one of us learns, and yeah, sometimes we learn it the hard way. It's a little something I like to call production respect. This is all about understanding that massive, critical difference of a live environment, a place where every single click, it matters. You see, our entire IT journey really happens across two completely different worlds. One is this safe little playground, a place for learning. But the other, well, the other is a world of incredible, and I mean incredible, responsibility. Let's dive in. So, in the lab, you got total freedom, right? You can reboot a server just for fun, try out a new policy just to see what it does, or slap on the latest upgrade the second it drops. If something breaks, who cares? You just blow it away and start over. There's zero pressure. But in production, that's a whole different ballgame. The mindset is a complete 180. You don't just try things, you have to evaluate the impact of every single action. You don't experiment, you plan everything meticulously. And every change, it's scheduled with surgical precision, because the stakes, they are very, very real. Okay, so what is it that makes this production world so special? Why does it demand such a radically different approach? Look, it's not just about the tech. It's about the people. It's about the business that depends on that tech to even exist. In a real production environment, you might be responsible for thousands of actual users. Think about that. Their ability to do their job, the revenue their work generates, the company's entire reputation, all of it is resting on the stability of the system that you manage. It's huge, and it's deeply personal. You're not just managing some app. You are the guardian of a massive, living, breathing ecosystem. Behind every one of those user sessions, there could be a doctor pulling up critical patient records, a trader executing a high-stakes deal, or an accountant trying to close the books for the quarter. You are literally protecting the heart of the company. And this brings us to the biggest, most terrifying danger in the world of production: the unforeseen consequences. It's what I call the ripple effect, where one tiny, seemingly harmless change can create these massive, cascading waves of trouble you never saw coming. Just think about it for a second. Citrix isn't a single thing, right? It's this complex, interconnected web of components. You've got SQL, Active Directory, networking, storage. They all have to dance together perfectly. So what happens when you just nudge one of those layers? In your lab, a small change might create a tiny little ripple, something you can easily manage. But in a live, complex production environment, that exact same small change can trigger a chain reaction that results in absolute, pure chaos. Let's make this real. A tiny tweak to a group policy object, something that seems totally harmless, could suddenly add a 20-second delay to every single user's login. Now multiply that by thousands of users, and you've just torched the company's productivity for the day. Or how about a tiny typo in a config file that blocks authentication for everyone? Oops. The entire business just grinds to a halt. Production has this nasty habit of magnifying every little mistake. But facing this pressure, this incredible weight of responsibility, this is actually what forges a new way of thinking. This is the real turning point in your career. It's the moment you finally develop what we call a mature mindset. So the whole thing boils down to this fundamental shift in the primary question you ask yourself. The immature mindset says, hey, it worked perfectly in the lab. Let's just push it to prod. It's all optimism and assumptions. But the mature mindset, it pauses, and it asks a much, much more powerful question. What could go wrong? See the difference? You shift from just hoping for the best to actively planning for the worst. And this mature mindset, it's really built on 4 essential pillars. First, strategic timing. You've got to know when to make a change. It's just as important as knowing how. Second, documentation discipline. Your memory is a trap, it's dangerous. Write everything down. Third, data-driven decisions. You don't guess, you gather evidence before you act. And finally, clear communication. Because in a crisis, silence is the one thing that will absolutely create panic. I love this way of thinking about it. A mature admin treats a major upgrade not like some simple software install, but like surgery. You need incredible preparation, a sterile environment, a clear step-by-step plan, a backup plan, and a way to verify the patient is healthy afterward. It demands precision. It demands respect. And when you consistently operate with this level of maturity, you start to earn something that's honestly invaluable. It's called trust capital. This is the reputation you build with your team, with your boss, with the whole company. And get this, it's not earned by rolling out flashy new features. It's earned through stability, through consistency, and through protecting the business from risk. Now, let's talk about the final stage of this whole transformation. Once you've really mastered that mature mindset, your perspective just elevates. You stop seeing just the servers and the settings in front of you, and you start to see the entire picture. You become an architect. See, operators tend to focus on the how, the technical tasks, the configurations, the settings. But architects, they focus on the why, and more importantly, the what if. They're thinking about the business impact, the human impact. And so the architect's main guiding question isn't just what could go wrong anymore. It evolves into something even more profound. If this fails, who suffers? When that question starts driving every single decision you make, you know you've made it. You're no longer just thinking about tech, you're thinking about the business. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's just boil down the unforgettable lesson of production into 3 simple truths. The risk isn't some theoretical thing in a textbook. It is very real. The impact isn't just on data, it's on people. That is real. And because of that, your responsibility is absolutely 100% real. Okay, I want to give you a simple, practical tool you can take with you. Before you make your next change in production, I want you to take a moment for what I call the pre-change pause. Just ask yourself these 4 simple questions. Is this change truly necessary? Is the timing right? Have I actually tested my rollback plan? And is my communication plan ready to go? And let me just leave you with this one final thought. True mastery in our field, it isn't about knowing every single command line switch or obscure setting. It's about having the wisdom and the discipline to respect the environment where you apply that knowledge. That, right there, is the heart of what it means to be a true professional. Look, we've all got our war stories from the world of production. So, now I want to turn it over to you. What's one lesson that production has taught you, maybe the hard way? Go ahead and share your experience in the comments below. Let's all learn from each other. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for watching this video. My name is Naresh. I am the content creator behind this YouTube channel. I have created a community for Citrix learners where I will be posting a lot of details on Citrix products and how to work in Citrix environments. I'm going to mention the link in the video description so you can click on that link and you can become part of the community. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.